It's Brendan from techbuzzireland. Today we have the Elite 8 Active Gen 2, and actually Generation 2 is probably the important part in this one. The world's toughest earbuds with plug and play smart case. On this particular one, it's got all the usual what is good things about it there in the background, but this is actually the new edition. At techbuzzireland, where most people will be aware that we've used an awful lot of the Jabra products over a number of years. And whether it's in the office use, earphones, or actually for your gym, or whatever you're using for your own workouts, etc. And not to confuse people too much, in the past we've done the Elite Active 8, very similar model here at the moment, and we've done this one earlier in the year as such. Both of these are very similar in spec in the terms of physically the size and shape. The big difference, I suppose, is the case, and there is some other features that we'll actually go through. But when I go into it a bit more detail, this is actually the current one. I liked actually the colour of it. My first thought was straight away was a bit different, but it's actually quite nice. Got a Bluetooth button there at the moment, and you've got the case. Just to clarify, this is probably the other one there at the moment. And this is from the older generation. Physically, both of them will look the exact same details, very little difference in both of them. Obviously you got a button here, slightly different, and the Jabra logo. Same strength, same details, so when you take it out, you put it back in, and it connects in, and when you try and turn it out, it won't fall out. And again, I stress about the details on the spec of it, but we'll go through a bit more on the unit itself and come back on that. Active hybrid noise cancelling. Shows an airplane mode here, we'll come to there in a few moments, and got other features as well. Hybrid active noise cancelling, automatically adjusts the environment you're in, unwanted noise and wind. The wind I'm not 100% sure on. I have used it out and about, and going through a lot of people would actually notice when I'm out about the wind, etc. But we'll come back there on that. Going over here, this is where it gets really interesting on this particular part. On the back, you see it being plugged into the back of a TV. In terms of the back of it is interesting because what it's actually showing is a TV. It's also showing the gym equipment and other areas there to one. Fully waterproof, workout for workouts. Stream spatial sound for gym equipment and more. Secure fit. And what's actually strange here as well is when you actually get the accessories you come with the earbuds. You normally plug them in there, swap them over. It's quite good. Typically I have the standard ones there, I don't have to change them there, but for other brands I've had to change it, but that's just personal choice, and I suppose the size of real. The USB-C cable, most of the people will know that we're a fan of the USB-C. This is where it gets slightly different, because it's got a jack plug as well. So in reality is, I can now plug in the case as normal, directly in, and I can plug that back into, example, going by the manual, into the back of a TV, for example, the gym equipment, or an airplane mode, allowing me to actually get this audio directly to here, and then obviously the Bluetooth directly to earphones. Lovely little touch actually. I wouldn't have actually expected on those things coming through. And I suppose the one thing to note when I'm talking about this particular unit itself is it's fully waterproof, and one of the most common questions I get about the size, if it's fully waterproof, military grade for example there at the moment, is will it actually be physically sized? They are really small, really tight, and they're light for example, so there's no issues whatsoever on that there at the moment. And actually they've got an IP rating of 68, which is the earphones themselves, where the case has got an IP of 54, and that's actually a military grade standard. So also 2-year warranty is always very positive, to say the least, and that's kind of where it's coming from. Obviously you got the secure fit with these particular options there at the moment. Spatial stream, spatial for gym equipment, immerse sound by Dolby, near hear through, and there's a lot of hybrid active noise cancelling, auto filters, out noise. So there's a lot of different things it'll actually do, and we won't go through the whole spec because the one other thing I suppose is you often think there's a compromise, because if it's this good in this particular areas there at the moment is music time total, ANC off, earbuds and charging up to 56 hours. So you're not compromising there. Music time ANC off is up to 14 hours. Music time ANC earbuds 8 hours. Music time with charging case up to 32 hours. And wireless charging, another nice little touch there at the moment. Charging time up to 3 hours. What's really cool though is fast charge. 5 minutes charge will give you a 1 hour. So 5 minutes, I think. Standby time up to 15 days. So if you just leave them, charge them up there, ignore them completely. And if you have them out and you're using them, it will go into sleep mode, so you don't have to worry whatsoever about it. And that's just a very quick overview of the unit itself. And I suppose the first thing you can do is buy them. When you open it up, it talks to you and tells it to pair to your phone. Connecting to your phone is quite normal, as in any particular one, and it works. There's no issues whatsoever. Technically it connects. But I suppose in essence, why would you go through this particular product, from my point of view, is when you've got a really good product with the software. So you can take it out of the box, Bluetooth to your phone, it works. But actually, to get the best out of it, is actually we recommend to actually connect it to your to the app itself. And how to connect to the app is relatively easy. There's no issues whatsoever. Download the app. The other part to flag as well is when you have opened it there at the moment, and go through the manual. Obviously it tells you it's the new version. It's got how to connect it over, and it just tells you straight away. And this is what I mentioned to you about the jack, additional jack connecting it to here. So it gives you those options, and these just plug in and out, and left and your right ear. Interesting also as well is on the manual, it's got the instructions about how to make your calls and how to receive. So there's 1 tap, 2 taps, etc. on those details, and that's completely your choice, and you can personalize it. If you don't connect on it, you have to stick with this default, but you can actually change it, and you've got other options as well. So here is the app itself. One thing you'll notice straight away is Jabra Elite Active Gen 2. It's telling me the left, right, the right click, the case, charge active here through, and it's got all the different functions as well, different types of bass. So you can actually change your sound. So people say to me, what's the sound like? Actually, you can configure to your own liking, and that's probably quite good, and you can chop and change it as you want it itself. You've got other options there: dismiss the swipe, quick access to calls. You've got information here at the moment, and the first thing I probably typically would do is always say is sound and software version. Update this particular one there at the moment is quite good. There's other options within the app itself. We'll just go back to the main things there. So you've got all these particular. Where it stands out, I suppose, is clicking into it there. You've got other details. So you've got the headset settings, set up basic functionality, personalize your headset, Spotify, Find My Jabra, rated, quick start guide. This is brilliant to have it, the quick start guide. So when you're actually going in there tomorrow, you get your headset come along and you want to figure out what you want to do. Go to the case, power off, remove earbuds, and it tells you what to do, charge earbuds. So it gives you a little bit of an idea how to actually do it. And again, you can go through the earbuds. If you notice the media and the calls, you can configure it separately. When I've been out with dog walking, the wind, you can often hear the wind the noise cancellation is not as good as I would have expected. A couple of things I really find brilliant is I have used the other particular version of this for the last 6 or 7 months. It's got battered, it's got dropped for a variety of different reasons. It's totally solid, totally good on that. Cases is, I suppose, military grade. What would you expect? So that's really good. Love the idea of the case. Love the idea of the jack plugs. If you do go on a plane, you go to the gym, you've got additional options there at the moment. Is there 2-year warranty, absolute bonus. Audio size wise, perfect, no issues whatsoever. Really good instructions. And I suppose the audio is what people are actually talking about. You can actually adjust the audio what way you like the sound. So people say, oh, is it this, is it that, and the other. I cannot fault it, and I've listened to a variety, and I've given it to a few colleagues just to test it as well. Is whether it's the spatial sound, whether it's the mutual equalizer, you can set up on there. You can set it to your preference, and this is where I suppose the more premium brand of earphones stand out in the terms of you've got the app, the software to do the details. Sometimes with the lower end ones, you don't have the same features, you don't have the etc. on the software, and this gives you far more options. And go back to what I mentioned originally, headset firmware is up to date. Updating that allows you to get the latest, and if there's a change, there's an upgrade on the particular model, it kind of goes. Another nice little touch is to find my Jabra. It allows you to find it there at the moment as well. So overall, again, another great product from Jabra. And note this, this is actually the Jabra Elite Active Generation 2, and the case is probably, there is a couple of other things, but it's mainly Elite 8 Active Generation 2. Thank you for watching Tech Buzz Ireland.